they don't feel any benefit, alhamdulillah, what can I do? Yeah. And the tafakkur and the way of tafakkur, and each shaykh may have a different understanding, and depending upon the school in which they're following. So very important why we don't mix between the different shaykhs, because like example for us is if you take a course of math at UBC and there's a course of math at SFU, each may get you to a point of graduation, but each one teaching different course at a different time, a different schedule, a different way. Marifah completely like that, in which Prophet gives them a secret and say, via this awrad which is your dial-up, via this practice from these shaykhs, they'll uplift you. So if you take from other shaykhs and say, well in Pakistan we were thinking the sir, the qad, the ruh, and they have all these different names, that is like that, then say, okay, but then you have to ask that shaykh who gave you that awrad on how to uplift you via what he was given by Prophet if he was given by Prophet. Through Naqshbandiyat al-Aliyah from Shaykh Abdul Faiz al-Dagestani to Sultan al-Awliya Shaykh Muhammad Nazim Haqqani wa Sultan al-Qulubina Mawlana Shaykh Isham Kabani, then they are teaching through their system and through their lataif. They have the qal, the sir, sir, khaffa, akhfa, and the colours for these are based on many realities, and you'll see many of our zikrs are based on this. The salah is based on understanding these 5 lataif, the angels are based on this, the sahabi are based on this. Every reality that we can possibly imagine must have an understanding from the lataif of the qalb, that each standing and the great Prophets of Allah standing upon these lataif. If we just understand the station of the qalb and to enter into the qalb, then Sayyidina Adam and begin to teach, وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا بَنِي Adam. Means many than ayat al-Qur'an are specific to that we have an Adamic reality in which we are always coming from paradise to earth. Not one time Sayyidina Adam came, but all Adam, all humans are continuously coming onto earth. Are you picking up me or the screaming? Then people become angry in the background, and can't you get that poor shaykh a sound system? You hear yelling, screaming like somebody being beaten in the background. Yeah. So you have Adamic reality, so means there is an eternal reality that is timeless, and every Prophet came for a time message, but more important they came to complete the cycle of creation, with the khatam being Sayyidina Muhammad that all of them carrying Muhammadan light, and Prophet coming to seal it. That now I'm going to take you all on a miraj, because nobody can enter without the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. That no miraj, no deep reality about themselves nor the Lord until the master of that presence arrives. That's why they all waited on the Isra to take the hand of Prophet to complete their faith. They prayed salah in the form of Sayyidina Ahmad. They pray the Islamic prayer, give shahadat to Prophet, means that they're all from Ummat Muhammad, and behind Prophet like a comet, that the thrust of the energy is Prophet and the tail of the comet are all the Prophets, all the Sahabi, all the Ahlul Bayt, all awliyaullah are moving continuously in a miraj with Prophet. So means from an eternal reality the Prophets are standing on the lataif of the heart to teach us. So it's an infinite ocean. So Sayyidina Adam is teaching that if you want to enter the qalb, I'm standing on that reality, and it is the doorway to knowledges. And that's why isma kullaha that Allah described this Adamic reality, which is a vessel and a vehicle for the Muhammadan light, that Allah want to deposit that light, and is the great mizan. It's the great scale of Allah which Adam carries an angelic light, Adam carries a jinn light, and because of his teen and the reality of his physicality he's able to balance these two realities. Because the angelic light is the water, So malaika are born from water. The jinn is the fire within insan. If he doesn't take care of that fire, it becomes nar and he becomes an angry person, or it becomes a himma in which to achieve for Allah. So means their whole life is balancing this light. That I want to bring excess amount of angelic lights, which is the reality of my soul, and I want to control all of the jinn and the bodily understanding which is very turbulent, and to bring them all together. So means every lataif has a deep reality of how to dress from that knowledge, how to be blessed from that knowledge, how to open from these realities the internal reality of insan kamil. That all the universe is contained within Sayyidina Muhammad, every reality contained within Sayyidina Muhammad. So they want us to go back to the ocean of Prophet. If we lose the form, the drop becomes the ocean. So then how awliyaullah have ulum al-awwaleen wal-akhirin is from taste. So they don't describe the water but they tasted the water. So they lost the form, destroyed the form, crushed the form, but not by themselves. Means through the nazar of their shaykh in which Allah have dressed these guides, that they come with their spirituality and through their nazar they're hitting and destroying and destroying and destroying, because that is the reality of their light. So that's why when we were describing the sun, because some people who are so physical that they say, no, when I see a human being I see him as myself. I said, but you see the sun and you don't see its rays, because layli wa nahar means the sun is always shining, in 360 degrees is shining. Why is the sky black? Why is it not illuminating the entire skies? And only when it enters hatta dunya we begin to see the light of the sun. It's shining, has many different rays, gamma ray, infrared red, there are all the different spectrums that the sun is shining, we haven't the eyes to see it. So those who don't understand and they say that only what I see is what I believe, means everything around us is of that example. The sun is shining, we haven't yet seen it. So imagine one insan, when Allah opened the heart of these rijalullah, their hearts more powerful than the physical sun. Their hearts more powerful. Why? وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا بَنِي. Allah didn't say, I honoured the sun and the moon, He said, I honoured the Bani Adam. And Sayyidina Yusuf said, they're under my feet. The sun, the moon and the 11 stars are under my feet, means under my control. And waris al-anbiya, and the awliya of Prophet they're inheritors of the station of the Prophets of Bani Israel. Prophet want to say, whatever you're reading of Qur'an are the stories and the qasas of Bani Israel. And Prophet say, my awliya are inheriting all of them. The ring they carry is from the ring of Sayyidina Sulaiman. The asa they carry is the asa of Nabi Musa. They can part an ocean, they can move a mountain, but they don't do anything until the order and isharat of Prophet. Means every sunnah is the sunnah of Prophet. Their shirt they can put it to heal you. If the shirt of Sayyidina Yusuf can heal, what about awliya of Sayyidina Muhammad? Means every sunnah is the sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad. So means these are the treasures they want to describe. So they say, these are the treasures but we are running after dunya. So only way to receive these treasures is to make tafakkur with them. So then the concept of the tafakkur is that they have the ocean of love, muhabbat, the ocean of hudur and the ocean of fana. And then the understanding of muhabbat is that a tremendous bond will take place, but only through love. That's why all our great shaykhs, all they talk about is love. If not for the love of Prophet and love of these pious people, there's not going to be any relationship. This is not aqal, this is not like, okay, you seem like a clever guy, I'm a clever guy, we can be clever. But this is through muhabbat, because the bond only takes place through love. When a chemical bond from our atomic reality is taking place, it becomes a solid and fixed bond. And that's why Prophet these hadiths are all oceans, that you will be with who you love. Means then it's the love that will connect everything. So then by coming into their presence and building the love for these awliyaullah, it's a romance that you love them. They're lights of Prophet that you just want to be around them, you want to be absorbed in them. This light is allowing the heart to open and the soul to move. Because if the love's not there, your heart doesn't open. So when the heart opens, it's like a flower that begins to give its fragrance. That's why in nature we see it. When the flower is in innocence and it has such a love for the sun, as soon as the sun shines, because many stay closed. So as soon as the sun shines, yeah? And then as a result it gives its fragrance. Even you crush the flower, it gives its fragrance out of love. Means that bond of love is so important. That's why the crushing. And that's why Imam Ali said, be loving and keep good character even to the hand that crushes you. Because he knows that hand is Allah. That's the bayah. Allah says, your hand over their hand but my hand over all of them. We accepted complete tawheed, that my faith is that whatever I'm doing in this way of Sayyidina Muhammad Allah's hand on their hand. Even the crushing comes, be like a flower and give your fragrance, never exhibit craziness, never exhibit bad character, never exhibit a harshness in your character, then they understand this love is true. Otherwise it's like dunya, yeah, I love you today, I hate you tomorrow, I love you today, I hate you tomorrow. That become munafiq. Because the minute a munafiq becomes angry, he hates the person. Anybody who moves from a state of love to an instant state of hate is a munafiq. Because he's not able to control, he uses only the state of love for whatever goal he wants to take out of it. So what they want from us is the state of real love. You be crushed, you go through difficulty, love for Allah, love for Sayyidina Muhammad, love for awliyaullah. That is the muhabbat. Our life is then to keep that muhabbat. So means then you guard your heart to love that shaykh, and that shaykh is everything to you to reach towards that reality. That as soon as your soul begins to move, it's bonding with his soul. And that's why وَحَمَّلْنَا فِي خُلُقِ الْمَشْحُومِ. وَحَمَّلْنَا means that they carry us in the khuluq al-mashhum. And we created mithlum, and we created the likes of them. These are the smaller ones going around to catch people, to bring them back to these big awliyaullah. وَحَمَّلْنَا ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ. Hamalna through what? Through their soul. So it means their souls are so powerful, when it comes out immediately it catches the soul of everybody in the room, catches their energy and carries it upon themselves, and they immediately go back into the presence of Prophet. Means unimaginable reality of keeping that muhabbat. From that ocean of muhabbat it begins to prepare us. Then the process of hudur means that we have to make our way towards them. So they become like a mountain, that these are like awtad, that they don't move, their belief is not going to change based on anyone, they're like a mountain. But we are like this, we have fishing this way one day, this way one day this way, one day this way. So the hudur means I have to keep their company, I have to keep their presence, I have to keep their way so that I can learn what is their characteristic, what is their way, how do they talk, how do they interact, what do they want in my life. And that becomes now the ocean of ihtibar, of obedience. When you want to enter into real hudur, you have to completely obey them. Because then you only know then that why your will is here and his will is here, why your will is here and his will is still there. So that our life is that I lose my will, I keep losing what I want to choose and the directions I want to do, and that you have no more choice. It means the choices are coming from my will, the decisions I'm making coming from my will, those are all corrupting the hudur. And that's what we said before, the shaykh runs you around. He doesn't run you around on secrets like, oh go give me the secret of Surat Yasin and bring it back. He says, go give me 2 pizzas and make sure there's no mushroom on them. I said, what? You gotta go get pizzas? Where we go? In Michigan. And the guy would come back, he was so angry. Mawlana was giving a sohbet and he tells Dad, what I don't want to say his name, give me 2 pizzas for the kids and make sure one has mushroom, one just cheese. And he would be so upset. And he'd go out there and be upset and bring back the wrong pizza because he was from anger he was doing. And the shaykh wants to test, I'm not going to ask from the secrets of the Holy Qur'an, bring them for me, or to do some big sort of majestic Islamic reality. You can't handle 2 pizzas. You can't do that without getting angry and make it as if the King of the heavens has asked for pizza. I'll bring the best pizza, I'll bring 10 pizzas of what you wanted, to show this is muhabbat, this is love. Thinking that I don't need to be there, if the shaykh is sending me, he's dressing me with a different secret at that time. Means everything was the hudur, everything. Trying to keep their company and begin the first stages of keeping their company, you're like a wet log. Everything is very exciting for you, everything's just amazing for you because you're not feeling their heat yet. Because you're wet, you're coming in, oh this is so fantastic, so fantastic. Well, as soon as that log becomes dry, it feels now a fire. Every time it sits, oh I'm feeling heated up. Whatever he's saying is beginning to annoy me, is beginning to agitate me. I can actually now begin to feel the fierceness of his fire. Right? Yeah, because you begin to feel the energy, you begin to become aggravated real quick. That's the wood, that's the state they want to take. Make yourself like a piece of dry timber and let us begin to burn you. This is not physical for anyone watching on the news, oh these guys want to burn people. No, this is all spiritual. This is the spiritual that when you're wet you don't feel anything. When you sit and sit and sit and through the hudur you're trying to keep their company, every night you're trying to meditate so that the company is 24 hours. I keep his company when I pray, I keep his company when I do zikr, I keep his company when I drive, I keep his company when I'm sitting at home, I keep his company when I'm in his company. And then you begin yourself like dry, you're drying, immediately you can catch. His energy comes, you begin to feel it. At that time that tafakkur and that contemplation is then be consistent. Keep yourself calm, do your zikr, breathe, let that energy to begin to come until the student can catch fire. At the point of catching fire they feel themselves igniting, that all their body is heating up, specifically their hand and their neck, because their spine is like an electrical wire, that their spine is on fire from the energies that are coming onto them. Immediately their neck will be lit and their hands will be heated. And that's why at that time they can even do healing, because there's a tremendous amount of energy coming from their hands. It's through the hudur. By keeping the hudur and be nothing, be nothing, be nothing, keep His presence, because you have to feel a state of burning. You have to begin to test yourself that don't complain through your tongue and definitely never complain through your heart. If you can't control your tongue, imagine then what complaining coming through the heart. Means that keeping the company, and I'm not going to comment, and he sat on the table and I didn't sit on the table, he had tea in a glass and I had tea in styrofoam. Everything is meant to agitate and aggravate. I told you many times in our lives we would travel, Mawlana would say, sit here with me, and sit here with me. He'd say, get off and go down, I have to bring somebody else. In front of 500 people. Because the people are, oh look you got to sit with the shaykh, you're lucky, then 5 minutes later sit on the floor. And you had to take your plate and go to the floor. Or you would have to wait in line because you thought you were going to get fed on the table. He said, get out, go get in line. Really now? You go back in the line, there's 500 people and they ate everything. Testing to crush you, crush you, crush you until your mind is spinning. But these shaykhs, what are they doing? He said, go here, go there, you're going to run a market, you're going to run a gas station, you're going to run motels. Every minute the coordinates, because my Lord in every moment is in a new tajalli. So it means every tajalli was coming was always different. Constantly to grind, to grind, to grind, to grind, so that you don't use your aql with him, that you don't use your faculty of mind to think, oh maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about, maybe I know better. They want it to be complete taslim until you feel yourself like you're burning. As soon as they're burning, the student catches. When the student catches means now their heart is being lit, that is the qalb. Because the qalb and the lataif of the heart, these are the stations of the star. The first star is the sun, the red are the big red. So even when we study the birth and the movement of stars, that's what Prophet described, my companions they are like stars. If they're this like stars, what Prophet is? He's the star maker. So it means then the stations of awliya, they are stars. As soon as the student begins to catch fire, means they can immediately heat up, they are entering into a state of the sun. Their qalb is like a shams. It's now being lit and Allah is lighting that heart, Prophet lighting the heart, ulul amr lighting the heart. Because now that faiz is coming through the good character, through the muhabbat and the hudur, the student is now matching. Because he's not continuously conflicting, no, you don't know what you're talking about, I know. So through that crushing he's this, as soon as it becomes like this, that now entered into fana. He's now in the fana of the shaykh. Because with his love and with his hudur and all his testing, the shaykh's faiz and light is dressing upon that student, dressing upon that student. They begin to get heated, they begin to get energized and electrified. As much as they can carry that, they're carrying the light of the shaykh, which is the light of Sayyidina Muhammad. They are all Muhammadan lights, there's only but one sun. Making all these suns means there's only one light of Prophet. That light that make awliyaullah is the Muhammadan reality. So they keep their muhabbat, they keep the way of love, they're constantly in that tafakkur and hudur that not only I'm in your presence Sayyidi, that I want to be with you always, that you are in front of me and I'm a dust in your pocket. So when the fana begins to dress, as soon as you make your salah, you don't want to be the one praying. Why would I want to pray when I don't do anything, don't know anything? I want him to pray. I don't want to be anything, I want to be a dust in your pocket. Immediately with his tajalli he begins to pray. So when he begins to pray, you pray at his station, not at your station. Because you're asking to be dressed from them. This is no shirk because this is not worshipness. If you surrender yourself, وَكُنُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ Allah saying, have a taqwa consciousness, have such a level of purity, keep the company of these pious people. If you keep their company and be nothing in their company, means this is binary code. You turn off, they'll turn on. If you're on, they're off. If you're going to be on, they immediately would turn off and there's nothing else to convey. So we took a way in which to be nothing. As soon as I turn off, I'm nothing, I'm completely non-existent. Nasyan mansiya. If I was wished to be something just unknown, what does Sayyidina Maryam was saying? Nasyan mansiya. I wish I was just something unknown. I mean, let me go back into my awaken reality, Ya Rabbi. All these names that people gave me, I'm nothing, let me just to be a drop back in that ocean. If you're nothing and call upon their madad, then the salah is real from them. So as soon as they pray, then imagine where they're looking when they're praying. Means they dress you, and that's the hadith that comes now, when my servant comes through voluntary worship. They carry the hadith of Prophet. What Allah described for Prophet, I become your hearing, I become your seeing, I become your breathing, I become the tongue in which you speak, the hands in which you touch, the feet in which you move. That was Rabbaniyun. So much so you became power of kun fayakun. This is an inheritance from Prophet to awliyaullah. So when you make the madad and negate yourself, he's coming with the voluntary worship, he's coming by Allah to reward you with love. That if I'm coming, I'm going to dress you from Allah's hearing, I'm going to dress you from Allah's faculty of seeing. Not Allah said, I'm going to dress you with ears from my heaven, but your sami', your hearing will be eternally dressed upon you, upon your soul. Your seeing will see what no eyes can see, because each wali has his own unique vision of where Allah dressing him. He may think he reached that no wali has gone before, and other awliya came back and said, no, no, we're all on the other side, you're only on this side. Means they have a unique vision in which Allah giving to them, all from the hadith. And the awliya that you're making that fana with, he's coming with that dress. And these are the big qutubs, these are the big awliyaullah, which alhamdulillah were under the flag of Sultan al-Awliya, Mawlana Shaykh Muhammad Nazim Haqqani, and the big qutub al-Mutasarrif Mawlana Shaykh Hisham. They carry that dress and that reality. If he brings the light of Allah from Ati'ullah, Ati'ur Rasul, ulul amri minkum, that ulul amr carries that reality. So it means as soon as you negate yourself to go out, he comes with the hearing from Allah, he comes from the seeing of Allah. He comes with Yadullah, means the real bayan, that my hand is on the hand of Prophet Allah's hand upon our hand. Means wherever your hands go, Allah's hand is upon your hand. Wherever your feet go, Prophet's feet are there, Allah is powering that qadam. And so much so you become Rabbaniyun, whatever you put into your heart, kun fayakun, it begins to manifest in this world of creation. Means these realities are so immense and unimaginable, and all it requires is what? Keep love and get out of the way. To enter into hudur and be nothing. But all the nafs wants is it wants to control, it wants to drive, it wants to take the power. As much as we can negate to be nothing, as much as they can dress from that reality and begin to open the reality of holy hadith. Means every reality is from holy hadith. Be with whom you're going to love. Only that love opens this way, that inherit from these powers so that this heart can begin to open, and then the lataif. So the meditation and tafakkur is to bring that light. When we have that down and we understand how to make the tafakkur, how to make the contemplation, our life is based on that. Continuous tafakkur, and then you begin to see the shaykh in front of you, and with the light begin to come. You begin to see a yellow light from his heart coming to your heart, a red light from his heart coming to your heart. The white light, especially Naqshbandiya, it starts where all the turuq stop. They stop at understanding the sultanate of Sayyidina Muhammad and Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq alam al-mithal is then opening from the world of light the Naqshbandiya realities, and from the khafa reality and then from the akhfa realities of the greatness in which Allah dressed Sayyidina Muhammad realities that are so immense that unimaginable. Even Ismullah al-Husna, its external understanding is related to Allah, external. Internal understanding of Ismul Husna is related to Sayyidina Muhammad. Yeah, so anyone who wants to talk about Allah and say Sifat al-Rahman, it means Allah is compassionate, Allah is compassionate. When Allah wants you to know the reality of that sifat, He bring you to the Muhammadan reality of it, that each of the huruf is a description of Prophet. Everything is based on that. Prophet brought you zikr of Allah. Allah brought us zikr of Sayyidina Muhammad, Innallahi wa malaikatuhu. Means our zikr is from Prophet. So when they speak of Prophet they're speaking from the highest realities. When they speak from what they believe or perceive to be Allah, it's at a different reality, because they are talking from external understanding. When Allah wants the servant to know its inner reality, it's related to Prophet, and only in the heart of Prophet can bring out the real realities of Allah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon, wassalamun al mursaleen, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa bi sirri Surat al-Fatiha.
سيدنا النبي سيدنا النبي سيدنا النبي سيدنا النبي